Budget, budget, budget. Live below your means, guys. So if you are considering moving to Dallas, Texas, and you're kind of saying like, will this move impact my wallet? Well, make sure you stick around for the whole entire video so you see the breakdown of what it looks like and what it costs to live in this vibrant city. Before we jump into that, I am Kira Ford, your real estate cheerleader. I help you take ownership of where you live and how you live, and I help you confidently invest in yourself through real estate. So let's get into it. From urban apartments to spacious suburban homes, Dallas offers a diverse range of all things when it comes to lifestyle in Dallas, Texas. So today we're gonna talk about toll roads. We're gonna talk about gas. We're gonna talk about public transportation. We're gonna talk about grocery bills, utilities, water bills, master plan communities. We're gonna talk about, let's start with toll roads. So with toll roads, I mean, Dallas has an extensive systems of highways and getting everywhere. And we're always building new bridges to be able to get everyone wherever they want to go. So when it comes to tolls, I'm gonna tell you what I spend in tolls. This will not be your number. And the reason why is I'm all over the city. I'm helping people buy, sell, invest in real estate. I mean, all over DFW. So for other people who are, not real estate agents, budgeting is key. So on average, you're gonna spend anywhere from $20 to $100 a month when it comes to toll rolls. And that adds up just because, what is the saying that our parents say, or my parents said? I got more time than I got money. However, time is non-renewable, guys. I need to get where I need to go as fast as possible. And if you need to get somewhere fast, toll roads are gonna be your key. So if you're gonna be using them often, I would just go ahead and put anywhere from $20 to $40, maybe $100 in that account. So they just pull from it each and every time that you actually drive on one of the toll roads. But that is really what helps you get to A to B the quickest. Now, if you have more time than you quote unquote have money, you can always take, you can avoid toll roads. But in Dallas, it's kind of hard to kind of, not use the toll roads. So you would be spending an average of anywhere from $20 to $100 for toll roads. Gas is next. So gas prices do fluctuate. Let's be honest. Whatever the economy is doing is what typically will make or break the gas prices. So on average, a lot of Dallas residents spend anywhere from, I would say, $100 to $150 a month in gas prices. Me, I spend almost $50 to $100 a week. So when you're putting your budget together, my biggest thing that I will tell you is estimate higher than lower, because you'd rather have too much in the budget, like saying that you estimated for too much and you didn't spend as much, than you keep going over your gas budget each and every month. So when you're moving to Dallas, I would say have anywhere from that $100 to $150 monthly for gas. And some other things that people don't really talk about too is like when you have a car, you have to pay for a toll road to be able to drive on the toll road. Then you have to pay for gas. You have to pay for insurance. Insurance is a little higher in Dallas because we do have more accidents. A lot of people can't drive here, but hey, that's not my issue. That is other people's issues. So also think about those things as well. Public transportation. I actually get this question often, like, okay, Kira, I'm relocating from this place to Dallas. I need to be a place where I can get A to B. And actually, it was someone from YouTube. They scheduled a strategy session with me. We talked about where they are to where they want to be. And someone who is moving, who has a car, but doesn't want to transfer their car immediately. Public transportation is a big deal. And so in Dallas, we do have DART. We do have a transit. That's anywhere, you're gonna spend anywhere from like $96 to like $110 a month if you are gonna be using these transits. And this is something that could save you potentially quite a bit of money because you're not having to pay gas, you're not having to pay toll roads, you're not having to pay insurance. So if you are able to stay closer to the DART or the transit, a lot of people do save a lot of money and really, tighten up in those areas so they can splurge in other areas. I talked about splurging in other areas, but the next one, when it comes to the cost of, living in Dallas, Texas, you have to think about utilities. Utilities is something that a lot of people kind of like overlook or they underestimate. So once again, you want to overestimate and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking I'm going to spend, and then you not spend as much than versus, saying your estimation is lower and then you overspending on it each and every month. I will say this, utilities does vary. It is case by case scenario. You'll see anywhere from like $300 to $800 in utilities. And this is like, how big is your family? Like, it's just me and Jake. I do have a really high electrical bill, which we'll talk about that. We won't talk about that in this. We'll talk about water bills. But my electrical bill is like anywhere from like $225, $150. I kind of feel like that's expensive for just, one person living in a house. I mean, this is a 2-bedroom, 1,500 square footage condo. But anywho, it does depend on the size of your family. So if your family, if it's you, your spouse, and your three kids, you're going to be closer to that $800 utility bill versus if you're a single person and it's just you and it's a 1-bedroom, 9,000 square footage, like not 9,000. I wish 9,000. 900 square footage, and your bills are going to be significantly smaller. But I will say on average, you're anywhere from that 300 to 800 range. I know it can be stressful, like really like fine tuning. What can you actually afford? What will impact your wallet? And that's why it's so important to plan ahead, guys. So that's why I always stress, schedule a strategy session so I am able to help you from where you are to where you want to be. And when you do that, it only takes about 15 minutes. And what that looks like is I will get to know you a little bit, you'll get to know me, and then I will help you with what's the best next steps for you. So today, if you are someone who is thinking about relocating, someone who's looking to become a homeowner or even sell, let's chat today. Schedule your strategy session. Let's jump back into it. Water bills. So many people are like, okay, Kira, in Dallas, Texas, what does the water bill look like? I will say, on average, water bills are not, astronomical here in Dallas. I feel like they're fairly normal. They're anywhere from like $40, and they can go up to as much as like maybe $400. Once again, it is case by case because of your family size. It also matters, do you have people coming in and out? Is it an Airbnb? There's just like, do you wash clothes every day? Do you run your dishwasher? Are you using the restroom a lot? Do you take a lot of showers? So water bills really do, kind of reflect what you do on a daily basis. So if you are someone who wants to plan ahead and budget, I will say I would budget for my water bill to be anywhere from that $40 to as high as $300. It can be higher. However, I would think that you would have a really, really big family for your water bill to be that high. And on average, my water bill is anywhere from like $40 to $80. So it really is case by case. Next up is high-speed internet. So I don't know about you, but I don't have cable anymore. I just have high-speed internet, and then I just, stream. I do Netflix, I do Hulu, any of the streaming, platforms that I'm wanting to have at that time or use. So when it comes to high-speed internet, if you have like fiber, you're gonna spend a little bit more. But I've even had it where clients are having their internet bill be tapped into their HOA. So I had a client who closed on her house in February, and it was a new construction build, which new construction is the route to go right now, guys, which schedule your strategy session so we can talk more about that. But she bought a home in a new construction community, and she only had to pay $40 to have like all her internet paid for. And this is high-speed internet because the whole entire community was basically like, grandfathered in to only pay $40 for high-speed internet there. So it just really depends on where you are of what your high-speed internet would be. On average, you are spending anywhere from $40 to $100. Internet is not that expensive. Like, once again, it just depends on what exactly you need. I spend about $68 a month when it comes to high-speed internet. And like I said, I don't have cable. I don't have like a home phone or anything to that extent. So this is just straight internet. And so many people are going that route, especially when you want to make sure you're fine-tuning your finances, because once again, we want to budget, and we also want to live below our means. Another cost that a lot of people seem to say skyrockets is property taxes. So property taxes are anywhere from 1.2% and can go up as high as like 3.3, 3.5. Just depend on location of where you are in the city. And this only applies to you if you are purchasing a house. Well, if you're purchasing a house, because if you're selling a house, you're kind of getting away from what the property taxes would be. So also, if you're one of those people who are very particular about, hey, I want it to be monthly, because the $4,800 and the $6,800, that range, that is for the whole year. So if you're a monthly person, I would say it could be anywhere from like $350, $400 to as up to $700 when it comes to property taxes. So that is something that is in your mortgage. However, if you pay 20% down, that is something that you would need to put to the side to be able to pay your property taxes each and every year. Hang in there with me, guys. We have two more things when it comes to what is the cost of living in Dallas, Texas. The second to last thing is grocery bills. Guys, groceries are so expensive. I mean, I used to spend $50 a week, okay? And then it went up to $75. I'm up to like $115 a week on groceries, guys. Groceries are crazy. It is case by case scenario because it does depend on your family size, but I say you could spend anywhere from like $300 to almost $1,000 in groceries, which to me is insane. So my biggest thing to you to really budget is make sure that you're not going to, and I love Trader Joe's, but Trader Joe's is very a la carte. Think about going places that you're going to get the most bang for your buck, that your dollar is going to stretch as much as possible. Because once again, we want to live below our means. And a lot of grocery stores are budget friendly. So it really just depends on your particular taste. And if you're very bougie, honey, then, the Whole Foods, the Sprouts, the Trader Joe's, you are going to spend more money. But you just need to make sure that that's actually in your budget. Lastly, how much does it cost to live in Dallas, Texas? I wanted to throw this one in because I think it's just a fun fact. So master plan communities. These are communities that already have schools, have a lot of grocery stores. It's like everything that you would need is in this community. And so these communities, which if you want a list of, master plan communities all throughout DFW, please comment below master plan list. I'd be more than happy to send that to you and send you the most popular ones that a lot of people flock to. But with this, price point, because I know a lot of people are gonna say, well, what's the price point of a master plan community? It can be at minimum like $300,000, which you can't really find anymore. $300,000, and it can go up to like multi-million dollar communities. Like one of the ones off top that is like a multi-million $1 million master plan community would be Mustang Lakes. And these houses are like chef's kiss. It is beautiful, breathtaking. And the reason why you want to know more about master plan communities is because you can kind of get like everything in that community. That can be community, that can be grocery stores, that can be your schools for your kids. And so I always stress to people who are moving to Dallas and are really trying to make sure that their costs make sense. If we can put them into a master plan community, I really do try to suggest just that. I know that this video has brought you value. I'm sure it has filled you up probably way too much, but make sure next week that you do tune in for us taking a tour of Frisco, Texas. I want to show you what it looks like to live in Frisco. So anyone who is thinking about relocating from another state to Dallas, or relocating from Fort Worth to maybe the north side, or Fort Worth to the east side, I'm going to start showing you guys what it looks like to live in these different suburbs. So I'll see you then.
Oh my gosh, there she is. It's Kira Ford. Kira Ford. You don't know what? Never heard? Oh my gosh, she's played everywhere.